been busier this season as he currently paces the NFL in receptions. It's the Giants and the Falcons next on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we reach Week 15 and we've got a good matchup in store between the New York Giants and our home team. Brandon Gaunt alongside my broadcast partner Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Giants in our ball game here. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
Good job, fellas. Good job.
Gets strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And a peek at the man under center. He has 5 full years in the league under his belt, now in year number 6.
I loved our discussion this week. You know, we had our weekly phone call to talk about our game coming up. And we had to reflect on the fact that he won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award last week, yet his team lost. You don't see that very often.
No, I know a lot of people dislike that, but when you look at the numbers across the conference from last week, he was clearly the best. So I say the award goes to him, and it did.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. He was so good, they just couldn't ignore him.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Roughing the passer, defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Reedy. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Barkley, inside handoff. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. And the Falcons will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. So a long field ahead for the Falcon offense as they head out. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. Because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 51 yards.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Holding offense.
An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play and move on. It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
They just gave up a sack there, if I'm not mistaken. They gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And they're just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now back to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. So the completion good for just 3. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And right now they're in that number 2 spot. They would love to hold on to that, but obviously first things first. They want to clinch the division.
And that's what everyone plays for. Win your division first, guarantees you a spot in the playoffs, but still a nice spot to be in. Not as good as it was when the number 2 seed meant a first-round bye. That's all changed with the new playoff system, but still a nice spot to be in. I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. And they'll run on the inside handoff. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And New York set to take the field. Partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They'll set up a throw. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
The Falcons ready to take over. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Now a first carry for their fullback.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Escaping the pressure. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Now a give, right side. Reedy, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front, so when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Now a handoff up the middle. Reedy. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Reedy. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to 48. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He dumps it off to Barkley. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage, because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Tommy Townsend now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Falcons back out getting set for this next drive. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset. With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll try and run with their fullback. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Taken in at the 22. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The New York set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach Can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
2nd and 4. That's complete to Tony. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. On play action, they'll throw. No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms here going over the middle. 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. He'll look to throw. To Barkley on the check down. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. They'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him, and that's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Rolling to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down with a 1st down as they get about 14 out of that one, and we go to the 2-minute warning. They'll drop to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll wind
up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a handoff up the middle. Reedy, and a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force that into 4th down.
So the Giants now are going to turn it over to their field goal unit. This from 42 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And the Falcons going to get one more drive here in this first half. And we'll see how much they want to push things, leading already here 10-3.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. From there, let's hop over to New England. Check out the Patriots at home in Foxborough. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. T. Higgins, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Chris Godwin, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Giants. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. This taken in at the goal line. The Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
so far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on first and second down, because that leaves them third and short, third and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. On the give, this is their fullback. Finding room at midfield. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 15 yards on the play, first down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Steps away. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. This will be the 8th play of the drive here, 3rd and 4. They're going to look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to have a Falcons first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. And this is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talked about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out. But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They'll run on first down. Reedy, and he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 8. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. 3rd and 7 now. They couldn't get anything going there out of the right side of the flat on swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game. Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Falcon football. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this will be a Falcons first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's a give up the middle. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Right back to him on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd and 1. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Falcons add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs, and if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Right after, right down the middle, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. They'll look to throw here on first down. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. They'll look to throw again. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here we go on 4th down. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. The offense on 3rd down, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 118 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. They're leading the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll set up a throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Falcons are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Possession switching back to the New York Giants. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. So a risky move that does not pay off. And, Charles, you take it from the defensive perspective. They had to be a little offended there that they even tried to go for it back inside their own 20.
Highly offended. And they took the ball away and gave it to their offense in a great situation. But when you look at this thing in total, when you start taking chances like that, you know what that means? You have to take more chances later, right? When you don't convert, that just means you got to double down on it. So we could see this thing pile up as we go on.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll set up to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. New York set to take the field. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. 152 yards rushing for it here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Now, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the home team here, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they've plummeted now to 3-11. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.